Emotions like sadness, resentment, and anger are very heavy emotions, and sometimes we do not even realize that we are carrying them. But unfortunately, what can happen, especially after prolonged periods of time feeling these emotions, is that dis-ease or illness can be created in the body. We don't realize that the emotion that we're suffering in this moment might result in a very serious illness in the future. And if we knew that, we might be inspired to process these emotions, to release them, to let them go. And even this idea of letting emotions go gracefully is something that I have decided to reframe and simply think of as being light. So what I'd like to share today is a very famous Zen story and also a meditative practice that I find really helpful in simply being light. So first, the Zen story that is my own remix. There were once 2 monks traveling along a road after a heavy rain. They are traveling in silence for some time and reach a crossing in the road. They see a beautiful young woman with a long kimono, and the elder monk immediately realizes that because of the length of the kimono, that she would be unable to cross the road over to the bridge. So in silence, he gently lifts the woman and carries her across the road, leaving her at the bridge. Understanding this kind gesture, the woman simply thanks the monk in silence. And the 2 monks continue on down the road. But the younger monk is increasingly feeling a sense of agitation within. And after a few hours of walking in silence, he can no longer contain the feeling. And so he looks to the elder monk and says, "You know, in our practice, we are not allowed to touch women. Why did you carry the woman across the road?" The elder monk looks at the younger monk with kindness and simply says, "I left the young woman at the bridge. Why are you still carrying her?" And then continued walking down the road. I love the story because there are so many lessons contained within this short turn of events. We are inspired to learn from the elder monk's words and realize that the younger monk was suffering because he was carrying the thought of the elder monk touching the woman for hours. His agitation was building because he could not let go of this idea. And the elder monk simply told him through the gentlest means possible to let that thought go. Why are you still carrying her? Why are you carrying this burden of something that has already happened that cannot be changed? And in our lives, this happens. We may find ourselves replaying events of the past or worrying about things of the future. We're not living in the moment as the elder monk was doing. He left the past in the past and was focused only on that present moment. But in order for the younger monk to do the same, he had to release this burden that he was carrying. And so our great opportunity is to realize when these emotions feel like they're holding us hostage and learn how to simply leave the burden at the bridge. So I'd like to share a spontaneous guided meditation with you to do just that. I invite you to sit in a comfortable position or lie down. Just feel very relaxed. Close your eyes, and we'll just simply take a quick breath, breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And as we are in this space, we give ourselves permission to simply investigate if there's anything that we have been holding on to, that we're holding on to in this moment. If there are any feelings of sadness, resentment, anger, grief, emotions that we realize we've been carrying, emotions that are not serving us. We realize that these emotions are actually creating a harmful environment. And so in choosing wellness, we are simply going to be light. We're going to process these emotions through the body and release them simply by choosing to leave them at the bridge. And so as you are sitting or lying down now, just allow yourself to leave the burden at the bridge, to unpack whatever you've been carrying. Allow yourself to be free from the responsibility of carrying these heavy emotions. We are choosing to be light. And so you can imagine these different burdens as stones in a backpack. And you could sit at the bridge and unpack each stone individually. You could take out the stone of sadness or the stone of grief or the stone of anger. Or you can simply choose to leave the entire backpack. Take it off and allow yourself to feel light for just this moment, to be free of everything. To let go of everything that you're carrying. To be free. And releasing these burdens does not mean that you don't care. It means that you recognize that in order to care, it does not mean that you have to suffer, especially for prolonged periods of time. For sure, it's okay to feel the energy of grief. But over time, we have an opportunity to transform that emotion, to remember happy times, to focus on lessons learned, to share the love that we received from that loved one or teacher or friend, and remember them by putting that beautiful energy back into the world in service. We spend time in gratitude, remembering all that we have learned from the people, the places, or things that we now realize it's time to release. In choosing to be light, we give ourselves permission to shine, to not be burdened by the weight of these emotions. to be the light that we are, to recognize that it is not our responsibility to carry these heavy emotions throughout the course of our lives, that we have so much to give by being light, by being present, and by being love. I hope that this meditative practice is something that you're able to use whenever you need to give yourself permission to release that which is no longer serving you, to be light, and to leave it all at the bridge and just be. You are free. And this realization is, of course, what I always wish for you. And I thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.